Hello everybody, what's good, what's happening, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ethan Hall, your local real estate professional here in Columbus, Georgia, as well as guide to everything else in the city as well. In today's video, we're going to be going over 5 or a little bit more than 5. I think I have 6 here, 6 pros of living in Columbus, Georgia. Now, let's get right into it. So first up on this list is going to be healthcare and retirement. So we have a really big healthcare and retirement community here in Columbus. So healthcare is really one of the main employers that we have here in Columbus, as well as with TSIS and banking firms, as well as Pratt Whitney is a pretty big employer here as well. But healthcare by far, I think, sweeps it out of the water. Maybe might be contended with Fort Moore military base, but healthcare is absolutely everywhere. We have 3 hospitals, a whole bunch of rehabilitation facilities, assisted livings, and things like that. And that is also why I tacked in retirement here as well, because we do have a lot of retirement communities. Right over in the Green Island Hills area, I did a drive tour on that on the channel if you'd like to go check it out. Over there in that area, there's a really big retirement community. You usually see people that retired from being, doctors, lawyers, maybe other successful real estate agents, and business owners and things like that usually tend to retire over there in that area. There's also a assisted living facility, a huge assisted living facility called Spring Harbor, that is also over near that Green Island Hills area, which houses a bunch of communities of elderly people. They have choices. They can go to little houses that they're able to go to, that they have their own neighborhoods. Back there, they also have the really big building, the main building, which that's really for people that need a little bit more help, and maybe memory care units and things like that are in there. And then there's also another one, a really popular one called Old Town. I also did a drive tour of that as well, and it's up on the channel. And at that one as well, there is a really big retirement facility called Legacy Reserve at Old Town, and a lot of people go and retire there as well. And these are 2 really big, nice facilities. Cost a lot of money to go and live in these places. So people that usually end up in these places had a plan and were preparing for it for a very long time before they went there. And that is a reason why it is a really good retirement place, because a lot of people know about it and a lot of people use it and a lot of people love it. I have really nothing but good things to say about it. I've been in both facilities quite a lot, working as an EMT within the city. So it is absolutely incredible, very nice, very top notch, very luxurious, especially in those upper echelon rooms that they have in both of these facilities. They are bigger than most houses, and yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So really good retirement community and really good healthcare community as well. If you're looking to be in the healthcare field, work as a nurse, a doctor, CNA, LPN, phlebotomist, literally anything, this is a really good town for you to start in. We have Mercer University, which is a really good medical school that they just built, as well as CSU has a couple of programs as well that you're able to partake in. And most of the clinicals, if I'm not mistaken, are inside of the city of Columbus. So it's a good place to go to school to as well if you're looking to be in the medical field. And for number 2 on the list for pros of moving to Columbus is going to be, we have a really rapidly development of entertainment and recreational areas inside of the city. Especially over the past couple of years, we've really seen a really big boom in it. Part of it has to do with a part of the local government actually had a SPLOST, which is a special local option sales tax, that was drawn from back in, I think, 2021. It was like $400 million or so, and a good portion of that money has went to putting splash pads. Well, they haven't started putting the splash pads in yet, but there's going to be some splash pads put in some parks. I believe they're also making really big renovations to some other parks within the city. We've already seen some of it. I know in Cooper Creek Park, they are going to be planting a lot more trees inside of that park over the next couple of years. I think about 500 trees or so is what they're going to be planting, as well as in the West Britt David Park. They just added one of those outside workout places that you can go to. It doesn't have any really weights on it. It's all body weight, and it's also handicap accessible too. And they've made a couple of small upgrades to the park there as well. So there's a lot of, and to go over to the, I guess, the entertainment portion of it, outside of the parks and more into the city life. So we've seen a really big upturn in what the uptown district of the city has been doing the past couple of years. So there's been a lot of new businesses that have came in there and they have been staying there. Nobody has going out of business, which is really good. We have all of our storefronts for the most part. I think two or three with an exception, but everybody else is full. All the other storefronts are full and seem to be doing well and attracting enough business, as well as in the riverfront development of the uptown portion of Columbus that Synovus has been building. They have two really big new apartment complexes that are going in there, and right under those apartment complexes is going to be a lot of other little stores that people are able to open up for entertainment and things as well. Also, all around the city, we have seen a good bit of more niche, I guess, entertainment spots pop up here and there. We've had a trampoline park as of, that's not really too recently, but we have had a trampoline park, and we also have had the escape rooms. I went to escape room before in the over on the north side of Columbus. Is called Escapology, I believe, and it was pretty fun. And they've added that in the last couple of years as well. So there's a lot of more things coming into the city. I know it's been kind of boring, or I won't say I guess boring, but there hasn't been a lot of variety of things to do within the city of Columbus. And also, if you're really big into like cultural things or music and symphonies and things like that, we also have a really big musical aspect of the city as well, specifically in the downtown portion off of Broadway. We have, or not off of Broadway, but we have the Springer Opera House, which I think everybody for the most part knows about. But they are actually adding about $10 million worth of improvements and things like that within inside the Springer Opera House. So they have made a really big commitment and have had really good results for people showing up in the community. So it's also a really good reason to move here if you're really big into stuff like that, into music and arts and culture. We have really been trying to capitalize on all of that inside of the city. Since Columbus does have a really rich history, we're finally drawing on it a little bit. Not enough, I don't think, but we are drawing on it a little bit nonetheless, which is always a good thing to see. So next up, we're going for local business opportunities. So as I said, this kind of goes hand in hand with what the recreational part of, or not recreational, but the entertainment part of the city is coming up with. So as I said, in that riverfront development that we've been seeing, you're able to open up, people are going to be able to open up a whole bunch of shops on the street level right underneath those apartments, the Currents and the Rapids apartments. There's going to be around, I think, 200 or so units inside of that little area right there. So definitely a lot of business opportunity for anybody that wants to open up anything right there. This is going to be literally within walking distance. Just take the elevator and walk outside, and your business storefront is going to be right there in front of them. So lots of local business opportunities, and also the Columbus government and the people around in the uptown area are wanting local businesses. They do not want big franchises or big brands moving in to these stores. They want to give the opportunities to the locals, and it also kind of adds a really charming atmosphere to the whole thing because you have really diverse looking storefronts and everybody kind of puts their own flair on everything. So it really builds into the art and the culture that the city has been really trying to push forward. So again, if you're looking for business opportunities, that is a really big pro of coming into Columbus. We are going to have a bunch of new stores that are going to be able to be opened up. A lot of them still have for lease signs on them, so they haven't been taken up yet. So if you are interested in it, I would recommend going for that venture if you are able to do so financially, and if you are willing to start that journey today, I would definitely recommend trying to go do it. So that is going to be, what are we at? We are at number 4. So that's local business opportunities, and number 5 is going to be Columbus is pretty affordable, believe it or not. People that live here will say that it is super expensive, but again, it is super expensive all around the country right now. We already know inflation is absolutely crazy. We already know that home valuations have gone absolutely through the roof, and home prices are shooting up left and right, and the recent drop in interest rates is not going to help that whatsoever. So we are going to continue to see rises in home prices, but despite that, Columbus is still pretty affordable to live in regardless. So I think we're about 7% lower than the national average whenever it comes to affordability. So we're right under it, and what really brings us there is our housing is about 20% lower on average than the rest of the nation. What really kind of sucks, I guess, would be about the healthcare. The healthcare is what kind of brings us up to closer to the national average. We have a lot of healthcare here, but I think that we don't have a lot of options, or people don't have a lot of options when maybe it comes to insurance. So we do see a lot of healthcare prices in the city kind of go up, which is a little bit unfortunate. But if you are, or if we do have good health insurance, then you really don't have to worry about paying too much of it at the end of the day. So I guess that's a little bit of a con in here with the pros. Again, with one of the pros being if you are a healthcare worker or want to be a healthcare worker. So I guess that could maybe be where the money comes from. They're kind of maybe a little bit inflating the prices a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. Anyways, but affordable. Columbus is definitely a super affordable place at the end of the day. Whenever at the grand scheme of things, whenever you put everything together, our grocery prices, our gas prices, our vehicle prices, the prices of our homes, they are all a little bit below average. The only thing that's kind of an outlier would be the healthcare, unfortunately, but we do have a plethora of healthcare facilities in the area, so that is also a plus. So it's kind of give and take kind of situation that we have here with inside of the city. And bringing up to our last pro, talking about Columbus is the biggest small town you will ever live in. So that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. To me, I think it's relatively a good thing. We have a lot of southern hospitality inside of this city, so everybody relatively treats each other well. Everybody's a relatively a nice person. I know most people are nice at heart. It can just kind of be iffy sometimes whenever you're meeting somebody for the first time, but we usually don't have a lot of that around here. Usually whenever you walk up to talk to somebody, ask them about something, it's usually pretty nice. They're usually try to help you out as much as you can, and I do the same whenever I see somebody that might need some help or ask me for help. I try to help them as much as I can about their situation, or generally what's going on. So again, really nice crowd that we have here inside of Columbus. Everybody kind of knows each other for the most part. I won't say knows each other, but if you probably know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that you're talking to that you have no idea who it is. So it's kind of connections like that. Like you don't really know who knows who, but if you don't know who you're talking to, that person probably knows somebody that knows you. Kind of a situation inside of the city, and they might find about it, they might never find out about it. It can be annoying at times maybe, but again, it's kind of endearing. It kind of has a close-knit kind of community feel to it, and of course there is drama with that, but I think at the end of the day, being together and actually communicating with each other inside of the community is a pro at the end of the day, even though it may cause some problems here and there. It's the same thing with a family. Would you rather have a family or not have a family? If you have a family, you're going to have problems with relationships. You're going to have to work through stuff, and there's going to be drama. But if you don't have a family at all, you tell me what you would rather want. I think I'd want the family and work it through with them. So that's why I have it as a pro on this list and not a con. I think at the end of the day it is good. So anyways, guys, this is going to be the pros for living inside of Columbus, Georgia if you are looking to move here, or if you currently do live here. Tell me what you think about what I've been saying. If you want to add anything, please do. Like the video if you did, subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out any videos that I'll be putting up within the next couple of weeks. I do have a lot of content scheduled. Again, I am a local realtor. If you would like to schedule a meeting with me, I will have my link to my calendar down below, and you're able to schedule it there if you would like to. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video today. I hope you have a good one. Peace.